I don't want to even be near any of those cocks, let alone block them. I got one that's going to top it, though. I can't believe we're doing these stories.
Go. Subscribe to the podcast, KFC Radio on YouTube.
Bang.
Forget about Bert. You've been doing it way before. You've been doing our show way before him.
Oh, really?
You're one of our OG like celebrities that has done the show.
Stop it.
Yeah. No, because like I'm pretty sure the first time you did it, whether it was this show or my other podcast, I'm pretty sure it was probably through Josh because I had linked up with Josh like early in my career. And so I think it was probably through that. I think it was before we had like a booking team and before we were like in a studio and all this shit.
Now I'm happier.
Yeah.
Now I'm happier.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of these people
I never
taking
forget
credit
that.
for shit I started first.
No,
You know what I hate the
always
most?
remember
You know what I hate the
OGs.
most, KFC, is when someone comes up to me and goes, "Oh, Joe's a sneakerhead." I'm like, "Hey, man, shut the fuck up! Don't you ever say that to me, you disrespectful motherfucker. Know your history and know who did it first." Everyone's a shoehead now because of the internet. It's like, fuck you, man.
I think it's an epidemic in the comedy community as well.
Yes.
Particularly in the comedy community.
Yeah.
Particularly.
A couple people buy
And I love them all.
I
love all those guys. But you better show some respect to the GOAT. God damn it! I've been rocking these joints since day one.
Yeah, man.
Day
No,
one.
I do. I
And I
love
got
them all as
receipts.
well. Bargatzi's out here in sneakers all the time now. Nate,
Nate, come on,
I've seen
man.
those early clips, bro. I know what you used to dress
You didn't have shoes on, bro. You were walking around in just socks.
Flip flops and
I also-
jeans.
Yeah.
Had anchor blues on and
Puka
flip flops.
shells on.
Yeah.
He's got one. He's got. I forget what set is it. He'll occasionally
I
post
love
something
it,
out there
man.
With like
I
the puka
also
shell.
I hate the term in general. Even if you are one, I would be
Yeah,
like,
stop even
no,
saying it.
I like sneakers or I collect them, but like that
Yes.
phrase, even if you are the definition of it and
Yeah.
an OG and whatever,
Like,
fuck that.
Dude, oh my God, dude, the fours. I'm like, stop. Stop.
Bro, it's like, yeah, the ones, the fours, the threes, the 11s. Like,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
we're fucking-
yes, we know,
I've got
the
them in
threes,
blue and
yeah,
white
the
and green and
colorway,
red.
yeah.
Actually, I'll be honest, that's why like I have not really bought a pair of sneakers unless I really, really like them or like I love Masha's sneakers. He's doing
Yes.
those customs. Like, I'm not buying my 50th pair of ones.
Yeah,
I'm done with
stop.
another colorway.
Did you
of
get the
threes.
colorway? The money
Yeah.
green colorway?
Fucking no,
Stop.
man.
Stop.
No.
I got receipts, and that's the thing. And I want you to know that. Okay, and I know you're bored of this topic, but I have receipts. You go check
Well,
out all
Jackie
my stuff.
Jackie opens up her closet and she has about 10 different pairs of dirty Air Force Ones. I go with the really dirty ones or the kind of dirty ones.
That's beautiful,
And
though.
then, and then a bunch of meat sweatshirts.
Yeah. Strangely has a bunch of shirts from meat shops and butchers.
She has this Italian butchers.
Yeah.
I said I was a sneakerhead one time in my life.
When was that?
I was trying to impress a girl. It
Oh.
was bro. I forget her name. It was early Barstool days. She was on like an early rundown. She was like a lingerie football player.
Okay. I'm not going to remember her name.
And
excuse me. Angela Rippon?
yes,
Yeah. Okay.
oh my God, the way he covered the microphone was so bullshit.
I was like, we're not going to say her name, but I was like, I don't care. It's Angela Rippon, Mark Rippon's daughter.
Yeah. And she would like, we finished the rundown, and then I was taking her like, I had to bring her to the airport or something like that, but we had time.
I remember
to kill,
this.
and like
I
we
remember
went to
this.
dinner or some shit like that.
Yes.
And then we're
because I remember I was with you guys, and then I ended up splitting off.
Oh,
And
okay.
I remember being like, okay, I'll leave you two to whatever's going to happen here.
Yeah, right when you left, he went, "You know, I'm a sneakerhead."
Exactly.
And then everything died. Everyone's boner went back down into the pockets.
Dude, she was like, we were over by,
Cool.
we were on, I forget what street in Boston, like not Combat, but I forget where we were in Boston, but we were over by this store called Bodega, which is a very popular like sneaker store. And she's like, "Is Bodega around here?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think so." And she's like, "You know Bodega?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm a sneakerhead." And she was like, "Dude, you are a fucking loser."
Did you call you out on it?
She never, no, but
No, but
I
you
felt
could
the
tell.
vibes leave.
Yeah. She said that with her eyes.
Yeah. I don't
yeah.
know. I actually, I'm sure at one point maybe it was cool. I don't know if the people who actually like sneakers ever thought it was cool or the outside did, but at this point, it's been so bastardized and so. But you know what's honestly?
It's
the
horrible
I'll
to
tell you what the
watch
truth
now,
is.
though. It's
I
like
actually,
seeing ones with jeans and like a sports coat. And I'm like, God
Oh,
damn
that
it.
is tough.
Fuck.
That is tough.
That's
I-
another.
I-
Fuck.
Fuck.
People always wearing suits and sneakers now.
I hate
It's crazy.
I hate that.
I sound like a hater. You know what? Do your
No,
thing.
but I'm a hater.
I'm wearing
No, fuck
fucking
that.
overalls. I look like a goddamn designer plumber right now.
Prada too.
What am I?
Prada
I'm-
overalls.
well, you know I'm rich.
Love it.
But like, Come on, man.
You know what this reminds me of? Do you remember when G Unit popped off and they had the G Unit clothing line for a little bit?
Yes,
And they had the shirts that had gun holsters.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. That's
So
me.
it was like,
Yeah. You should see the tools the overall K with.
got my hammer.
Yeah, it's like
got my
Gucci hammer. It's
Flathead
like,
or Phillips. I got you both.
Chanel drill. It's like, come on, man. I only clean toilets in like very expensive places. You know who I am.
I will say though, like I'm sure there are people who hate me and what I did with sneakers. Like I'm not doing blazers and sneakers and shit, but I'm also not dressing it up with the most. I'm like hoodies, jeans, and sneakers. So I'm sure there are people who are like, you're lame too. Like it's not, you're not like cool. You're
And
not
they're
like the
hating
cutting
on-
edge.
yeah.
But I think there is some sort of line that's like, are you like the reason I bought sneakers, and this I think this is a lot of reason for like my demographic. They are all started with the old Jordans that I couldn't afford as a kid, that my mom wouldn't buy.
Yes.
And then when I got a little bit of money, I was like, I just have to have these, even if it's not age appropriate anymore.
Yeah.
Even if I don't have that complete style.
Yeah.
I want the up tempos with that say fucking air and the bubbles on the side. I can have it. I want the Pippins. I want the Jordans. And then once I got a little bit of the itch, I started to buy some more interesting ones that like that only I like and it doesn't appeal to the masses. But I'm sure there are people who didn't like. They were like, you're a loser the way you're wearing it because you're just like 28, 30-year-old man who's just like, I'm wearing sneakers still. So I recognize that the very same thing I'm saying about the guys in the blazers and sneakers this probably applies to me. Yeah. But
I just want you to know this whole conversation applies to you.
Yeah, I'm making fun of you.
We backdoored an intervention.
I am. So I'm moving soon, and I have this.
Where are you
wall of
going?
Sneakers, just to like a new. So the apartment I live in is being sold. It's like a 2-family unit. So I got to get out of that. I also finally get to cash in on my Barstool money next year. So I was gonna move into like whatever house or whatever nicer. But I gotta like do this temporary thing because the building sold, and so I'm trying to move all my shit out. And I have this wall of fucking sneakers. And I'm like, I don't really need or wear any of these anymore.
Yeah, I know, right?
I like having some of them, but other ones I'm like, I can't believe I ever even did wear them, and I definitely don't need to carry them to the future. So I'm like gonna sell them or auction or do whatever.
It's like
but
you got Kermit the Frog superstars.
Yeah, like
what
some
am
of
I
them are
doing?
and the amount that it's like. This one and this one, and like this one's blue, this one's red, this one's green, and they're all the fucking same.
Yeah.
There were a time where it was like those would jump out. Like I need the blue ones. I have to have the blue. And now it's like, and I remember some dude when I first got enough money to buy some. I remember telling people I was like, you've seen me wearing fucking like Sperry's this whole time as a Barstool writer, but it's because I never had enough money to buy some of these old school Jordans and shit. And I remember being like, this is the ones I love from childhood, blah, blah, blah. And I remember one guy said to me, he was a couple years older than me, probably a little bit younger than I am now. And he was like, I remember this. And like, he was like, this is a phase, man. You're going to do this, and you're going to eventually look in the mirror and be like, what the fuck did I spend all that money for? You're going to have a whole closet of them and not know what to do, and you're going to feel silly. And I was like, I don't know, man. I really like these sneakers. I feel pretty passionate about this. It's like a hobby and a like fashion thing of mine. And he was like, just wait. And here we fucking are,
Motherfucker, he
to
was
a goddamn
right.
T.
He's like, fuck, I don't have enough
are
money
you
for the new
still-
apartment.
Are you still like? I would imagine you're buying like nicer shoes and some maybe custom shit and stuff like that. But you're not buying. Are you still buying like regular ass?
I mean, I'll still get the 3s. I'll get the 4s. I always want to get the ones that no one has, like
That's
the
what I
really
mean.
good ones.
Like, are you just gonna get like whatever drops you're buying? Or
No,
is it
no,
like-
no, no.
Yeah,
I don't do
that's
that. But now I like to wear the crappy shoes. So that's my thing right now.
What does
so
that
like,
mean?
Like the Rod Lavers, and the Stan Smiths, the canvas.
But we're not talking about the ones that are intentionally like the Balenciagas that are like $1,000 that have rips and holes in them. That look like they came out of a dumpster.
No.
Oh, you know what they're selling?
That's what I have on right now.
Yeah, let me see.
No, but you earned those. You wore those.
You do,
right?
yeah. You deserve.
I didn't
that.
actually buy them. These are actually our sneakers that I'm just beating the shit out of. They're not $1,000 Balenciaga.
Let me show you the new shit. I'm gonna do 1 minute.
How much
man
fun
on
is this conversation? Are you loving this,
dude? You'll love this though. Here it is. I'm gonna do 1 minute, man. After this, Balenciaga selling the world's most expensive trash bag.
Yeah.
$1,790 for that.
Yeah.
But it's literally just a trash bag. Like,
Yeah, but dude, I like that.
You're gonna carry
I'm
trash
a
bag?
sucker. I'm a sucker.
You definitely
but,
are.
But that stuff, I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, like remember when someone sold like a paper bag, like Louis Vuitton, I think had like a paper bag, And it was
No,
like,
that's Off-White.
and it was like, oh, it was Off-White?
Yeah.
And it was like $500. I was like,
Yeah.
I gotta have this.
You are
fucking
such a
paperback.
fucking
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I wish all of our fans were as easy.
I
I mean,
to
I don't
sell on
actually
things
buy
as
it,
you.
but I'm like, it's kind of sick.
Yeah,
How
I'm,
about
I'm
this?
pretty bad though too.
I
I
go-
do have a secret stash of bullshit that I shouldn't have bought.
What's your dumbest?
Oh, it's like, oh wow,
thing you
nice
bought?
Supreme chopsticks.
Yeah, Supreme was stupid.
Yeah.
Supreme was.
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
your dumbest purchase? Doesn't have to be fashion. Could be.
No, it's
a call.
fashion. I got some
Yeah.
stupid fashion pieces that I'm
Yeah.
just like, what the fuck did
Yeah.
I do that for?
But you know what is funny? I've said this a million times, whether it's fashion or your haircut or whatever.
Yeah,
Every time you look back,
Yeah.
you're like, oh my God, I look like an asshole.
yeah.
But right now, I'm like, I don't think I look like an asshole.
No.
But in 5 years, I'm going to look at this and be like, you look like an asshole.
Yeah, you're right.
Because
Every
it just
5 years, you're
always
right.
is,
Yeah.
You know? But it's like, if we could just recognize in the moment that we look like
Yo,
assholes.
that's funny you said that. Let's not even talk about asshole or anything like that. You ever look at a picture from 5 years ago and you're like, fuck, I look young.
Yo, I do
It
that.
trips me out. And I'm like, there's
'cause
no
I-
way I look young back then.
Yeah.
It was only 5 years ago.
Yeah, no. But it makes a big fucking
It
difference.
does.
I actually had something happen recently, and someone sent me an old video where we had a buddy tied up like a gimp.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
we were pouring a shot into his mouth.
Okay.
Naturally.
Oh,
And-
I was just talking about 5 years looking younger. That's all.
And, don't know where we took
And then I had beads in his asshole. And I was looking at his eyes. I'm like, no wrinkles. What? What kind of picture? Why'd you grab out of
It was
all
a
the
video.
pictures? That's the one you picked.
It's one I
He had a
just
ball
said.
gag in his mouth.
He did.
We had
He
3
did have a ball
dildos
gag
by
in
his
mouth.
ears.
He's really
And then I said, "Where's his goatee?" Man,
I'll pull it
5
up.
years is crazy.
I just got it. But I
We
was
were
like,
all naked. It was a Polaroid camera for sure. The lights were out. He was bent over on my lap, and I go, "Look at his teeth."
we were
What?
actually we were in public, so we were clothed. But the point of all this is that I was like, holy shit, I'm skinny.
Yeah.
And it was a time in my life where I was like, I felt as fat as I fucking could feel.
And you feel it. Well,
and like every time you think you're fat, in 5
You're
years
gonna
look
be
back
fat.
at
Yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah.
Like, God damn, I look
Yeah.
trim.
Yo, so
That's
you think
why-
we're thinking of the future
well,
when
like-
we're in the present? Is that what you're
That's what
saying?
we-
No,
no,
I'm
no.
saying like
You
when-
no,
I'm
because
just
you
wrong
thought you were
right now.
fat. You
Even
thought
if
you
you're
were fat when
fat,
you were skinny,
but you'll
and then
always be
5 years
fatter.
later, yeah, you're fatter.
You'll always get fatter.
Here's two inevitable truths.
You'll always get
You will
fatter.
always be uglier and fatter.
Yes.
And you will always be more busy and like I'm always like, in a couple years I'll be able to do that because things will slow down.
Yes.
No, they never slow down.
This
They
is
don't
this is
ever
like
slow
4
down.
years ago.
Yeah, man, you were. Oh yeah, you were.
Can I see?
trim as
Hey guys,
fuck.
can I see?
Nah. Who are you again?
You can see him, he's ball
Start-
gagged
start
up
in the
pouring that
beginning.
shot.
You'll see John though, even from the side, like the
Holy
look at that neck
shit!
and that-
And like I thought I was
Even
fat
your
as fuck.
eyes,
You
too.
look like completely different.
Right. Yeah. We used to go to this bar that was across the street from a sex shop.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and we'd like get drunk and we'd like make bets who would go get stuff at a sex shop
thing.
and come
Yeah.
use it.
Yeah.
And he went over there and he got walked back across the street by a girl while he was on a leash and he had the
so
ball
funny.
gag in his mouth.
Wait, do me a favor. Turn your head sideways.
Wow,
Can't-
dude.
There is something very much about. One more time.
Yeah, it's different, bro. You look younger, man.
Smile. No, it's with your teeth.
Yeah,
I don't
dude.
know why, but like you do look younger. Because it's not.
No, it's his-
I
it's
I
your
think
neck.
It's your hair.
No,
I
it's
guess
his
your
neck.
but like your hair, you still have your hairline, but maybe your hair. I don't know, but you do. There, I
You-
think you might. It might be because you're clinically depressed. I think there's just
Yeah.
an air about you when you're younger. That
Wow.
you're happier.
I
don't
didn't even know
why.
that, but I saw that. I was like, he
Your wallet.
fucking looks
Yeah, your wallet.
depressed.
Show him,
Yeah.
show him your driver. John's driver's license
Stop.
it's from when he's like 16. It's the best driver's license
21.
picture ever.
When I was 21.
Look at that.
Holy shit.
For white guys, that's as good as it
That's-
gets. You know,
that's-
that's the Brad
perfect
Pitt shit.
right there. That
and
is
the blue
nice.
background makes
Yeah.
it pop. That you look like
Yeah.
a surfer. You look like you
Yeah.
know,
That's beautiful,
and it's,
man.
I mean, yeah. Like if
It's
I'm
so
a bouncer,
fucked up.
When you took that picture, you're like, can I get my penis in this shot too? It's that beautiful, huh?
that's like.
Yeah, that's a good
No,
shot.
You're not in the
I've
car, so-
I've had times where people were like,
This ain't you.
Yeah.
like why would you lie about having a 33, being 33? Like if you have a fake ID, you're usually younger than that.
Yeah.
But people are like, I had this is actually a long time ago. This is probably
Wait, is this a fake ID?
no, that's a real ID.
Yeah.
But like probably like 5 or 6 years ago, I was like hungover. I was down bad, and I went to like get probably a beer or something like that at a convenience store.
Yeah.
And the woman was like,
This is that.
like she was just outright like, yeah, tough time, huh? Things haven't been going so well.
That's
the trash bag will be perfect for
you want to know when I found out my son had a fake ID? You're going to love this. You're going to love this story, you guys. Pay attention to this one. My son, we're driving in the car, and then a song comes on. He goes like this. He's like, and I go, what? What's so funny? Like, what are you laughing at? He goes, oh, nothing. You won't get it. I'm like, no, now you have to tell me. What are you laughing at? He goes, it's just this song. But it was a hip-hop song.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, so what's so funny about this song? And he goes, nah, it's okay, Dad. I'm like, Joe, I pull over. Yeah, now I'm pissed. Fucking tell me. He's like, it's a song that came on when the stripper walked out on stage. I'm like, wait, when did you, what? When is that? And he told me everything. He got a fake ID. His friend Ronnie, his Russian kid, got like 5 fake IDs for $60. Legit. They went
60 each, obviously, right?
It was $60 for all of them.
What?
They
I
could
swear,
not have been good.
Was so good. I have it on videotape.
Wow.
Because now we're doing shit. Like I'm making them buy I made them buy alcohol with it at CVS. They scanned it. They gave it to him, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, yes,
what,
it went
dude?
through. I have it all on video.
And
I want to post it, but I'll go to jail.
It's his face.
It's
or
his face.
Because sometimes you get a pass me down.
Bro, his face.
To scan.
He
is
looked.
nuts.
He looked 12 in the picture. Like he looked so young. Like I couldn't believe the lady sold him.
Scanning.
She scanned it and went through.
Is like a federal crime.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I had one back in the day that I wasn't smiling, but I had braces in the picture. Like it was, I had, because we used to take them $60 for 5. We used to have to take it. So I grew up in New England, and we used to have to take a train down to the East Village. So we take an Amtrak from Providence to the city,
to New York.
Yeah, and
Holy,
then
I mean, we would go there, but we lived in New York.
Yeah, and then we'd go to East Village, we'd get one, and then we'd have it for as long as we had it.
But but you paid what, like $250?
A train ticket.
Oh yeah,
paid for the fucking.
But how much for the
ID? I forget.
A couple hundred at least, right?
Hundred,
like, I mean, I knew a guy in NYU who would he took a Metro card and put that in the middle so that it had the right thickness.
Yeah.
And then old New York IDs had this like matte feeling to it. It wasn't like plastic. That it was like, I've truly never felt any other material like this. So I was like, I don't even know where you fucking got that from, because I've never felt anything like that before. It had the hologram, and he would like put it together, glue it together, seal
Seriously?
it, and yeah, he was like this brilliant, NYU kid. And then I think he would charge like several $100, but it was worth it because it was like you are getting in. New York was tough.
It worked,
like,
huh?
If you went to school, like we went to school at Fordham, NYU, Manhattan, like all those colleges, like you're not going to college bars where they're like, here's your library card, you're in. You're going to like a Manhattan bar.
Yeah,
so they're like, we're not, we don't need to let you in. We have millions of people here. College bars are like, so it was almost worth the cost. But 60 for 5 is like,
oh yeah, it was legit.
Legit,
And
the
he
Joe
was
Coy fucking discount.
No, they
guy's
did
dad
this all
is.
on their own, and it was a strip club. It's a strip club that my billboard is actually on top of right
What's
now.
the name
Sunset.
of it?
It's called. Should we plug it? Really?
Yeah, fuck it.
It's a body shop.
Yeah.
It's on Sunset. So they went in during the fucking day. They skipped school and went for lunch. They went for lunch, and I think they ate.
Yeah.
And they didn't buy a lap dance. He said, and he goes, Dad, it was so creepy. I'm like, no shit. Anyone that's going to a strip club for chicken wing buffet and a fucking lap dance is creepy.
All right, well, what about if your son gathered up 9 of his friends at the age of 15?
Wait, are we talking about someone's son? Oh, shit.
And went to a happy ending massage parlor with all his buddies.
What? That went down?
10 of them, yeah, right
Bro.
after class.
5 waited in the car while 5 went in, and they swapped like the
Wait,
A team and B team.
what? That we can shut that place down. That's pedophilia, right?
But we won't, out of respect for the teenagers in Long Island right now.
Yeah, who
You
are
know
going
what?
there right
God
now.
bless them. You're right. God
don't
bless
get cock
them.
block. Come on.
Yeah. No, I don't want a cock block. I don't want a kid cock block. I don't want to even near any of those cocks, let alone block them. I got one that's going to top it, though.
Oh,
I
boy.
can't believe we're doing these stories.
Let's go.
This is every pedophile in New York
fucked
be like,
this kid
oh,
one time."
God, this is the best pod ever. Maybe I shouldn't.
Now, come on. If it's that bad, we'll cut it.
Oh, fuck. All right, here we go. No. Maybe I shouldn't. Should I? Should I not?
Yeah, come on.
Did you fuck a kid or something?
That's a hilarious. All right, no, it's
Imagine
about
that if you're like,
All
all right,
right, so I was
tell
going,
you guys.
So I was heading over to my friend Jeff's Island.
where.
We're all in Prado overalls on the plane.
Why do you think I'm wearing these? Why? I'm like a designer. I'm a designer Mario brother. I don't know.
We will absolutely cut it if you don't want it in there.
Yeah,
but you gotta tell it.
Yeah, likely.
You have my word, but you gotta tell it.
It's funny. Oh shit. All right. Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it. My son's gonna be so mad. Fuck it. All right. So
This is the game, man.
So
This is the game.
he's coming with me on a trip, right? And I'm like, Joe, after school, like we're gone. We ain't got time to pack. We got to go. Like right when you come home, we're gone. He's like, all right, cool. Forgets to pack his bag. I'm fucking pissed, right? I'm like on the phone. I'm like, Joe, what? You didn't? He calls me during lunch. Joe, you didn't pack. He's like, oh, don't just grab my bag down. Just throw stuff in it, bro.
No. So you're going through your kid's
Bro,
shit. Yeah.
so I go, where's your bag? He goes, it's on the top in the closet. I go, all right, great. I grab it. It's a Louis bag, right? Grab the Louis bag. Of course. We're so rich. Right?
It was $1,000 Balenciaga trash bag.
It was so crazy. So I grab the bag, put it down. He's got stuff in it. Oh, man.
This is
I
on
should
him
not be
for telling
saying
your
this,
dad to
man.
go through the
I
fucking
reach
closet.
in the bag, right? Shirt. Now, there's something. Talk about texture.
Oh, no.
It's got like a rubbery, but an inviting rubbery feel, right?
No.
Not like you don't go, this is a koozie, right? This isn't something you put over a cold beer can. Coochie. Like this is something, and I literally, it's a pocket pussy, and I fucking throw it. It was all in slow motion. Like, what the fuck? It was my first time ever seeing one. I was like, motherfucker! Oh! Now it's incest. Indirect incest. God, you motherfucker! I'm so fucking mad. You fucking asshole.
therapy
You
now, man.
Fuck. Yeah, god damn it! Throw it. It was, by the way, it was a cheap one too. It didn't even look like a pussy. It was just like a hole, and then like black letters said "place dick here." And I was like, no! And I throw it. It falls on the ground. Hair from the rug touches it. It stays on it. I'm pissed. So right when he comes home, I'm gonna let him have it. Right? I'm like, Joe, what the fuck is this? Right? He's like, oh, you found him. Like, what? Yeah, you found it. What? Like, he's so cool with it. Yeah, you found it, and what?
It was a problem.
I go, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? Like, what? It's like, yeah, it's a pocket pussy. Got it.
It's my
I go,
pussy.
no. It's even better. I go, so when did you get it? He goes, it's not mine.
What?
Now that's
I go,
the
no,
classic,
it
like,
gets
it's not my
worse.
friend's
It gets
weed,
worse.
you know,
Nope, it gets worse. Hold on. I go, what do you mean it's not yours? He goes, it's Trey's. It's his cousin's. I'm like,
Now
wait.
we're doing double incest.
You can't do that. I go, you can't get an
they
STD from
sharing?
your cousin.
Yeah, are they like, can I like a hand me down?
He said he washed it.
No, bro.
I mean, you know, wash is wash. Come on,
Dude,
soap and water.
I've had one. I've had
It's
one in
open
my
water.
day, and I couldn't bring
I go, how
myself.
the fuck did you buy this? He goes, that credit card you gave me for Christmas.
Wow.
Very discreet with the sex shops tend to be.
Yeah.
As someone
Got it
who
at
used to go-
Spencer's.
You get it Spencer's?
Yep.
Oh, all right.
Got it at the mall.
Spencer's did go a little bit over the edge.
They did.
But they do.
It's like, can I get those glow-in-the-dark lollipops and that thing that looks like a pussy real quick?
Can I get that blacklight Bob Marley poster and that thing I'm gonna fuck later?
Dude, it is
But
hard
those
like
sex shops
growing
do
up
know.
with parents.
Usually
though.
it's like, you know, gifts and
Yeah,
fun
yeah,
or
yeah.
We
whatever.
were
It's
all
not like
creeps.
rubber
We were
pussy.
all creeps. He was a
That's-
creep. I was a creep.
But
I remember
Dude,
always
the word
panicking.
circle jerk isn't like something that someone made up. It was
No,
like
but
that shit
like-
really happened, and it's probably still happening in New York right now as we speak.
like right now, someone
Just 45-year-old men looking at each other, going, "Hey, you know, what did you trade today? I don't know. If you hit me, you got to buy this stock right now." All right, Joe, who's going on, man? Ah!
I don't know if maybe I was just naive or a little bit, but I don't think I was naive. I don't think I was like, you know, a prude. maybe it's just the lack of the internet. I don't know what. But I didn't know about like pocket pussies when I was like.
No, it wasn't
that age.
around then.
I feel like,
I don't think it was.
were they not around? Like,
No, they weren't
definitely
around.
weren't
people,
mainstream.
people. That's what I mean.
Like, you had to be a real sicko.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
You had
yeah.
to buy those. They didn't sell them in the sex store. They put them in the back
You
alley
think
outside.
so? You don't think a sex
You had to
store?
go.
had them?
You had to go like look in the trunk.
But like, how would you know that? We weren't going to sex stores.
No,
You
but
never
When
back
I was in
then-
high school, I was going to sex stores.
and
Newport Video, baby.
I mean, I did that too.
Entrance in the
But
rear.
did we not?
Yeah, entrance in the rear.
Did we not? Like, were they were not there? We just didn't even know what we were
No,
looking
I
at?
think back
mean,
then
Like,
it was
so
a
you're
real machine.
You're telling me that it was like
Like-
we didn't have like I know like the fleshlight is like probably a modern thing, but there were not rubber pussies to fuck in like the 70s.
They were definitely like dolls, like the full
Yeah.
dolls. I don't know if they ever
Blow-up
thought to like.
I remember the
shrink it
blow-up
down to
doll.
handheld
Yeah.
size.
The blow up
You had
doll
blow-
would just
See,
come out.
blow-up
I just
dolls
remember
are
that. It's just
that's like fucking
that.
a pool raft. Like
Yeah.
the rubber thing is what you need to actually, But
I think they had the machines back then, but it was for the elite.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like
I
a
guess
it was
that
like a
it.
big god. It had like a
Yeah.
like gas
It's
power.
almost like
Yeah,
the
she had, to have
computer.
her, she had to have her own room. At the
Yeah,
house.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
you had to
Don't
have
go
an-
in
you had
that
to have
room.
an extra bedroom.
It was-
Yeah.
it was
That's where my
honestly-
sex slave lives.
It's exactly
Yeah.
like the computer.
She's a robot.
Back in the day, it took up a whole room,
Yeah.
and then they made
Yeah.
it available for the single consumer.
Yes.
Just like the fucking pocket pussy.
Yes.
Used to be attached to a whole human. Now you can buy just the pussy.
Yeah, yeah. You know, like get rid of the problem. Just go right to the source. Pocket pussy available in
I
stores
love that
now.
he was like, you found it.
Yeah.
Oh, he was all going, oh, you found it. Cool.
That would be
Dad,
mortifying.
why don't you throw it on the floor?
Like if my parents
Oh God.
spit shine.
Nice, Dad. What kind
Little
of father
spit
are
shine.
you, man?
When I was, I remember we had a family computer back before like
Yeah.
everyone had it, and shout out to Heather Brooke, the best blowjob giver of all time, best blowjobber. Her website was ideepthroat.com, and I just remember being sat
this
down.
is a creepy friend. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Dot com.
And I just remember my mom. I think it was probably after. I don't think she would have like confronted me right away. It was probably after we like murdered 2 or 3 computers with viruses and shit. And I mean, to this day, I just remember her being like, "So what is ideepthroat.com?" And at the time, I wish I was like Watergate, Nixon. I was reading up about American history. And I think I just like crippled myself with anxiety, like with cringe, and I don't even remember what happened after that. But that is all to say, I couldn't handle her telling me like saying the words on a website. If she were to be like,
Here it is.
"Look at your rubber cum bucket,"
Yeah.
die on the spot.
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Well, I have to kill you and then myself, Mom.
Yeah.
We both have to leave this earth now."
It's crazy how my son is living the same life as me, only like an advanced.
Only he's fucking
but it-
pussies.
But it's an advanced version.
Yes,
I found his
right,
pocket pussy.
right.
My mom found my sock.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
and that's
Yep.
a true story.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I didn't make that up
She
for a joke.
confront you?
Dude, she was cleaning, she was doing laundry, and then she comes into the room and she's like, "Do you have any dirty laundry, Joseph?" And, you know, my room kind of looks like your office, right? When I was a kid, it was just shit everywhere, right? And she goes, I go, "I'm good, Mom, I'm good. Don't get mad. Don't fucking,
shit, you
know,
don't
no,
fucking
I mean,
get mad at
it's
me."
pretty hard
No,
to-
no.
no,
You know
you're
what
right.
I'm
It's a
talking
pile
about.
of clothes.
That's exactly what a teenager's room looks like right there.
It's just so
And
funny.
I go,
We had a guest yesterday who's like, a frat boy, douchey idiot like we are.
Yeah.
And he was like, "This place is awesome, man."
Yeah. He appreciates it. He appreciates it. Oh, yeah. Colors and the whites. Yeah, I got it. And then my mom's like, "I'm going to do something." I'm like, "No, it's good, Mom. I'm good. Don't worry about it." She's like, "No, stop it." And just starts reaching around my bed. And I'm just like,
No.
hair's like, "Oh, fuck, Mom, don't." And literally like slow mo, she's like, "What is this?" Just a sock that looks like a goddamn hockey stick. It's just petrified. It just...
Yeah.
Dude, I
That's
think
something
I
natural about it.
inherently
The worst
knew
day of my
The
life.
tube, just like it just goes
Yep.
on.
I inherently knew change it up. Like
Yeah.
no one ever told me, but I knew like you get a night, maybe 2, and then it goes in the wash. You
Yeah,
can't
not
just
me.
keep fucking. Dude, I had a buddy. This is no joke.
I love this.
Who kept his fucking cleanup rag just sitting by the family computer.
Stop it.
Like, bro, I'm talking like
Stop.
right next to the mouse pad.
That's awful.
It is grotesque.
That is-
It is
That's awful.
horrible.
Vile.
And
It
just
is-
see his dad like polishing off a sub, and there's just and grabs the napkin,
back to work, yeah.
and just dabs his corners. I love my son. I always leaves a nice handy wipe for his dad. Munch on some. Oh God.
You're not puking.
I don't mean either. It is.
Just right here. There you go. Oh, there you go.
I vividly
I
remember
love
it.
my son.
like a green hand towel. He's like, I was like, what is that for? He's like, to clean up. And I was like, you just fucking leave it there?
Come
Green-
on.
It was a green.
That's funny.
It was
That's
green
great.
with like white like checkers kind of deal, like almost like a dish towel.
I was
rather
gonna
than
say like
hand towel.
a kitchen rag. Yeah. We had Ari Shafir on a couple months ago. At this point, he told us a story about three or four of them made a bet, and there was one loser to this bet
Why is John looking away?
because he might puke. He might want to. He has a very. He's a
disgusting.
pussy.
This is disgusting.
I'm really surprised he didn't puke from like that. Usually he.
Oh, what I just said?
Yeah. So
I hope
Ari-
I don't get in trouble for that, by the way.
Nah, you're fine. He's just.
I
he's got a
hope my
soft-
son doesn't disown me. But I had
That's
to
the
tell that
game.
story.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
to, man.
Yeah, I also get mad at people who get mad at me for telling stories.
Yeah.
Because like I get it, sometimes like it's you want your privacy, and I understand that. But also, if you like, you're reaping the benefits
Yes.
of what you do.
Sure.
Yeah.
And also, it's my story too. I was there.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what's wrong
you
with
don't
that,
have
right?
ownership.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm
That's what
taking
I-
your story and telling it. Like I'm telling my side of the story. It
Yes,
doesn't happen in
it's
my life.
our story.
Right.
It's not just your story.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have fucking done it.
Yeah, that's what I say about revenge porn when I post it. It's my porn
Wait,
too.
hold on. Wait, what? Hold on.
It's my sex tape too, man.
Kevin just watched a new
It's my
documentary.
sex tape.
That's what people with documentaries do. They shoehorn in the conversation. That's why I don't like documentary people.
No, but Ari, one guy lost the bet, and the punishment was
No,
one guy comes in a rag,
no,
puts
I
it in an
can't.
envelope, mails it to
No.
you. You come on it, mail it to him. He comes on it, mails it to him, and then they all were on stage together. And this guy had to run it underwater to rehydrate it, and rub it all over his face in front of the crowd.
I don't understand that. Okay, first of all, I can't. Like, how do you participate in that game?
Yeah,
Like, at what
that's
po-
almost like when you're the winner. It's like I don't want to open up your cum rag. Like the first guy, you're okay. You're the winner.
Yeah, you
just come
win.
on a clean rag and you mail it. You're pretty weird. But the second guy,
This is illegal. This should be like the
it's
USPS.
sex crime. Those
The
guys,
US
all 4 or 5, they should all be on the sex
Cross
list.
state
on a
lines and
list.
stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right. It's a federal crime.
Cross state lines. That's funny.
You can't traffic that across
I love
straight
that
lines.
one.
That's fucking good.
and the mailman that smells it's like, this is illegal.
Yeah,
There's illegal
the dogs
activity
at
in
the
here.
Post office.
Like, what is it? What is it, boy?
motherload,
Is it
guys.
cocaine, boy?
It's gonna be weapons.
What, heroin? What is it, Molly? It's Molly again, isn't it? Ah, fuck!
Fucking cum. But what you said is true about
3 dudes in a
you
rag.
everybody lives the same life, just probably with more technology
Yes.
and a little more knowledge. But it makes you wonder. It's like, okay, like, we were fucking socks and pillows and stuff. These guys have
And we were doing it with our
sex toys.
friends.
But like, what? So
You
then
can't
what's
sit there and
what's
say
his
that-
kids? What are your grandkids gonna be doing? Like, who knows?
I
where
was
this
just
fucking
talking
goes?
about that. It's gonna be, and like you said, 5 years. Watch what they'll have in 5 years from
Yeah.
now. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
It's gonna have the
The
thing.
VR
No,
for
the
sure.
It's gonna
Oh,
have
yeah.
the gloves that feel like it.
Yeah,
It's
you
gonna
can
put.
move.
They're not even gonna do it. They're just gonna stand there and it's just fucking.
Right.
Ah,
Yeah.
ah,
Right.
God.
look.
I hope I'm
Yeah. I hope I'm dead.
because I'll have to try it.
Like in my old age, I'll just sit inside and try all the toys. How did Grandpa die? Like with a fucking blowjob machine wrapped around his dick. That's how.
God. Let's bury him with his girlfriend. You mean the gloves and the glasses?
Oh man. Anyway, how's the movie?
Speaking of your son,
I'm not a sneakerhead.
Yeah, imagine. Isn't that funny?
That's how we come back.
Yeah.
We come back to that.
Great.
That's how it all started.
Yeah.
Was your son at all? Was he lobbying to be Joe Jr. in the movie in Easter Sunday?
No, it was we.
I love
they
Ben Warner,
asked, by the way, they asked for him to be in it, but I had a pilot. I had a pilot on Comedy Central, and they go, "Hey, on one of these sketches, we should use your son." And at that time, I was like, "Yeah, that's a brilliant idea. I get to
Right.
do something with my son." And I put him in, and it was the worst day of my life.
Really?
We have 2 reasons. One, he didn't have any lines, but the person I was with was not landing the line, so they had to keep cut, do it again, cut, do it again, cut, do it again, and my son just broke down. He was like, "I don't want to even do this, Dad."
old was he at this
And I
point?
felt like the worst fucking. He's
Yeah,
like
like
5 or something.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
"I don't even want to
Right.
this,
And
dude.
you're like, you'll fucking deliver these lines, kid.
No, and I started crying because I was like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't really want to do this. I didn't know
Right.
that was going to happen.
Sure,
and
sure,
I
sure.
felt like a horrible dad. So
Yeah.
that's one reason why I didn't want to put him in this. And it's like, too, it's like, this is a huge movie. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we got to get great actors. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I didn't want to put that kind of stress on my
Dude,
son.
this is a huge movie. We were just in
the
LA
cast
last
is
week. You're fucking
bananas, dude.
everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking nuts,
we
man.
were at Universal.
You
And
know
it was
how I
like,
got it,
yeah.
right?
Oh,
Do you guys know how I got it?
No.
So I my special on Netflix, the second one, Coming In Hot, came out,
Yeah.
and Steven Spielberg saw it.
Oh, yeah, I do remember this. I remember some sort of
Yeah,
Spielberg line.
yeah. Spielberg watched it, and they called me in for a like a general meeting. Right, you just go in and you just talk about
Yes.
yourself. That's what I thought it was.
General meeting was
General, and I walked in. Me and my manager walked in, and every other person in Amblin was like, "Oh, Steven can't stop talking about you. Oh my God, Steven loves you. Oh God, Steven thinks you're so funny." Like everyone, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I didn't know you saw it, and I'm like, "Are you talking about Steven from accounting?
Yeah.
Like, who are you talking about?" Like, that was just a
Steve
legit
boy?
question.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Steve that cooks?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, Steven Spielberg. He wants to do a movie, and do you have an idea? And I pitched Easter Sunday, and they bought it in the room.
Wow.
And then next thing you know, we're shooting
Yeah.
it in Vancouver.
Yeah, I-
Vancouver
Wait,
during
so
the
when
pandemic.
you walked in there, you
Yep.
didn't have a...
Had no idea.
Was this something you've been playing with in your mind before, or were you just like,
Oh,
on
the
spot?
movie? Yeah. We already had that already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I
thought he was like, you have a movie idea, and you're like,
no, I already
I got
had.
this.
I already had that deal with Rideback,
Okay,
Dan
okay.
Lin. He makes all the Lego movies. It 1, It 2. Like he's no slouch.
Right.
And so I had a deal in place with him, but it was verbal. Nothing was moving. And then this Amblin thing came around, and it literally, I just looked at my manager. I was like, "Can I pitch Easter Sunday?" And he was like, "Yeah, go for it." And I pitched it in the room, and they bought it in the room. And then we told them that we'd already pitched it to Dan Lin. And this is how powerful Steve is. It's not even about power.
Dan Lin's dead now.
No, yeah. So Dan, rest in peace, Dan. No, I'm joking. No, but he's the GOAT, right? It's like even people in Hollywood want to work with Steven. So it's like they literally, when we told them that Dan was involved, they go, "Okay, we'll call Dan.
Yeah.
He can join. If he doesn't want to join, that's fine." They call Dan. We go to lunch right after the meeting, and then we get like 30 minutes later, they give us a call. It's like, "Dan's on board. We're moving forward."
course.
Like it
Yeah.
was that fast.
that's fucking
That fast,
awesome.
man. From meeting to me talking to you was like maybe 11 months, 12 months.
Wild.
Yeah.
Of all your
And then-
like
Maybe a little
moments in
longer
Hollywood-
because of the pandemic, but you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
It was like
yeah.
a calendar year.
of the moments you've had like in your career where you're like, fuck, this is a moment. This is like a
This
made
is
it
the moment.
This is your one.
I'm so happy you said that because there's a lot of people in Hollywood that don't celebrate moments anymore because it's all about, well, we'll see. And it's like, I get that because Hollywood is about having tough skin and getting rejected all the time and trying to get through it. But I don't think like that. I don't like to think
Gotta
like that
celebrate
because you're
the
always going to
successes.
fail if you think like that. If you're always going to think it's not going to happen, then it's not going to happen. And not only that, dude, Steven Spielberg saw my special, so that's a win.
Yes.
That's a win that almost
Yes.
didn't happen because Netflix
Right.
never gave me a special. They said no to me, and I shot it. I
Right,
paid
you
for it, and I
you
made
put it up yourself. Yeah.
So, like, I need to celebrate that. That decision of me going against what they told me not to do, and then doing it, and then for Steven to see it, like, yo, celebrate that moment.
Yeah.
And we
There are
went to-
people who won't celebrate a
There's
fucking
people-
movie with Steven Spielberg.
But see, what it is they're
Like
like, okay,
getting
you
it,
got the
right?
deal,
Like, yeah,
but
like
we'll
the movie
see it
might-
when it
Because
happens.
there's a lot of
I
things
see,
that,
I
like,
see.
you know, it never got to production.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah,
happened.
I got
Because
you.
but in Hollywood, you're like, oh, I got a pilot deal. It's like, all right, we'll see if it goes through. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm not like that.
Dude, even I
I'll
was just-
celebrate the pilot deal.
Yeah.
No, I
And
know.
I'll celebrate
we've
the
seen
writing
the movie,
deal.
Joe.
Yeah.
You'll lie about it.
Yeah. yeah.
We know the character. Yeah, we
Yeah.
get it. I just saw Alicia Vikander.
Yeah. Tomb Raider.
No, it fell apart and it's done now.
Oh, I
And,
didn't know
like,
they were gonna make
yeah,
another one.
Yeah, they had signed on for like a sequel. I think maybe they're hoping to make 2, 3, and like it fell apart, as they say, and she's no longer attached to it. So now there's going to be a new Lara Croft, and I'm sure maybe she walked away from it. But imagine you're thinking like, I'm going to be a fucking video game hero, and I'm going to do like a whole thing, and we're going to sell action figures and blah blah blah. And then some producer doesn't like some director who's a dickhead, and
It's gone.
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean that she shouldn't have thrown a fucking party when she thought she was
yeah,
gonna be Lara Croft.
exactly.
'Cause she didn't, she achieved it, and maybe other shit happens, but like you did that. you know?
Yeah. You did that, so celebrate that. There's a lot of people that wish they got as far as you did.
Right,
So just
right.
And then also, not only that, you can learn from that. Like, yeah, that happened, unfortunately, but just know that you had the skill set to get that far. It's gonna happen again.
Yeah.
It's gonna.
Well, that's a good way of thinking. Sometimes I'm a little more pessimistic, and I think like you never know. Like maybe it doesn't. Maybe that one writer liked you, or sometimes I think there's the other side. You got to like capitalize right now, but it's probably better to think your way. If you got it once, you can get it again.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the most positive guy I know. Truly,
Aw.
truly, and in a very, it's a very.
You said that in a sad way.
No, I said no.
Like,
because-
I'm not really that positive.
No, I said because it came from him. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, you're the most positive guy I know. Dick pic. Gotta go back to being bad again.
No, I mean, in an industry that's pretty, comedy and actors and all that shit is very TV, very bitter and jaded and backstabby and all that. You're always one of the more positive people, but it also is like, I mean, every time we see you, it's another a hallmark achievement. You know what I mean?
Thanks,
Selling
man.
out this or a special for that, and now this time it's a movie. Tell the people quickly about the movie. I mean, it's very much. How much would you say it's Joe Coy?
I say all of it.
Is it? It's like truly.
Yeah.
Like, has it been punched up? Is there?
Oh, there were so many.
Did
Like
they
we had
lie?
so many
Did we change
writers.
This, or is it truly like an autobiography in a way?
No, you'll see it. You'll see. It's not an autobiography at all because we don't have all the characters that are in my family for real
I mean,
in it.
you'd have
So
to have it that
yeah,
way,
exactly. But it's definitely inspired by my story, and it's also we had a team of writers. Ken Chang wrote the original, and of course Jay Chandrasekhar. I know you love him.
I mean, monster
And
names.
and then Katie came in and wrote. Like we had so many people, but it was like what I loved the most about Jay is like I would just tell him something and we would write it.
Yeah.
And like we were involved like that.
Cool,
like we
very
would
cool.
really rewrite certain scenes and add parts to it. So that was so cool. But there was important elements to the story that I wanted in just to show what my culture looks like. But we also wanted to keep it very relatable as a family.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean? Like it took my mom moved to this country in 1969 because it's hard to explain what representation means to somebody, right? But when you're an immigrant that comes to this country and you leave your family behind and now you're here, you're American, and that's great. It's beautiful. But to go on TV and watch shit that doesn't look like you, or at least one person that acts like you, or go to a movie and never see anything. My mom, for 51 years, has never seen her being
That's
represented.
pretty cool.
But yet you go to the hospital and you'll see 1,000 Filipino nurses. But then you watch a show on TV about a hospital and not one Filipino is represented. And that's what we mean by that. You know what I mean?
Cool,
and
you've always done that, like just for your culture. You've done the special there. You've filmed there. You bring people.
I had to
bring
do
people on
that.
stage, Jabberwockies and other writers.
had
and
to.
other
By the way, they were all
actors.
my friends. By the way, I knew the Jabberwockies when I used to throw b-boy events
Dude,
in
you know
Vegas.
what's so crazy? I'm always watching when you do those videos, and I'm like, I don't think he's one of them right now. And like those are too good of dance moves. Then you fucking pop your mask off. That's not movie magic, is it? You're dancing, you're doing those?
No, yeah. Not the full set though.
No.
Hell
But
no.
even
My
just
back
sometimes
will
you're
go
doing
out.
these little moves, and I was like, that was too slick. I don't think that's him. And then, there you are, you motherfucker.
That's so
You
cool.
can accomplish all of it.
But that's what the movie's all about. It's like imagine being an immigrant and feeling invisible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you just like, wow, I exist here. I pay taxes, but for some reason I can't see myself anywhere.
Yeah.
And for this to be 2022, and this is the first time my mom's ever seen anything like this. That means a lot.
very cool,
And to be able to say that Steven Spielberg produced it, that's a flag for them to wave.
Spielberg
It makes
had
them
a
feel
Filipino movie,
it's beautiful. But not only that's not a Filipino movie. It's a movie I know you got Filipino people that work here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You hang out with them, you talk sports. But for some reason, when we watch a movie about them, they have to be the Filipino. You know what I mean? I brought egg rolls. It's like, that's not the Filipino I work with. You know what I mean? So why can't we show that? Why can't we show both sides? Why can't we just show what a family looks like and relate?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna relate to my family. You're gonna cry with my mom. Your mom is probably gonna say, "Hey, I felt the same way when my son decided to do a podcast for his living." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
for real, and probably gave you shit. Why didn't you go to college? Or what, is that what you do with your
she
degree?
always makes fun of me for flushing my degree down.
Exactly. And my mom said the same thing. Comedian, you're going to be a clown. Like a mom is a
that.
mom.
The
You know,
line
and
of the
then we
movie.
become successful, and now they're like, "Can you please?"
How about now? You buy a house.
Yeah, buy my house with your clown money. I knew you were going to make it out. Right?
Yeah.
So that's what I want with this movie. I want your mom to go there and cry with my mom because she's gonna feel the same pain that she feels.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all. And I want more immigrants to have movies like this. You know, I want them to feel heard, and I want more specials on Netflix. That's why I did that one in the Philippines.
I mean,
it wasn't about propping like, oh, I'm Filipino. It was like, I knew how hard it was just for me to get on Netflix. So I was like, fuck this. I'm keeping this door open, and we're going to show a whole bunch of other people.
No, you are that dude, man. You are that guy who's always kind of done that trailblazing for them.
Oh, thank you.
It's awesome.
See, I did it again.
Yeah.
I know you have a hard out, so we're going to go next door and try to do Answer the Internet one more time real quick. So we got to wrap this up here. But the movie's
Easter Sunday out now.
Yes.
So go check it out.
There is also one special guest star in it that I'm not going to say. We don't even talk about. But awesome.
You can say it.
It's not in the trailer.
No, you can say
LDP's in the trailer?
Yeah, man.
Oh, I mean,
no, he's not.
He's not. Okay.
No.
I'm even using the
Just say LDP.
LDP, baby.
But Tiffany's in it. Tiffany's in
Tiffany's
it.
Tiffany's in it.
That was
our boy Jimmy O Yang.
Jimmy O Yang.
Great.
He's also EP on that. But Tiffany, you know how Tiffany and I, we go way back. Like when my son was like one, I used to take my son to the Laugh Factory, you know, sleeping in my arms, and they're like, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Coy, and then I'm like, Tiff, and then she'd hold.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah, so while I'm on stage, she's babysitting my son.
awesome.
Like, that's how far we go back.
Now you guys are fucking rich. Good for you guys, man. As always, we appreciate it, bro.
I love you, man.
Thank you so
I
much,
love
Joe.
you.
Love you too,
That was so
brother.
much fun.
Listen, if you made it this far into the video,
Which is far. Like, no one ever does that on the internet.
like it's the end. You made it to the end of the video.
full fucking video
You watched
did.
the whole thing. So if you liked it and you watched the whole thing, why don't you subscribe?
It means you like us.
Click the subscribe button, because if you don't, I'm gonna fucking murder John.
And I'm going to like it.
Kill him with my bare fucking hands.
Yeah.
And if you weren't sold on this video, there's plenty more. Watch what's next up and then subscribe. But just subscribe so I don't have to fucking kill him.
Well, I don't know. Do what you want, but subscribe. Probably.